everybody for coming today. We're going to go ahead and demonstrate how to cook some Thrive foods. A lot of people think of food storage, you buy it and put it in the corner and wait for an emergency. And then when that comes around, you wonder how do you cook with it. So that's one of the reasons we do the cooking classes. So I'll tell you a little bit about how we found out about Thrive. I was an Army Ranger, used to jump out of perfectly good airplanes just to get to work. And
Not a ranger.
but you were in the military, right?
I just like to go because it's fun.
Nice. And so I had when I got out of the service, I bought a bunch of MREs, and that was my emergency food, the military rations. And my doctor a couple years ago told me I'm supposed to cut out sodium because it's not good for me. And my wife looked at the labels on the MREs and she's like, you can't eat this because it'll kill you. And also the pastor at our church 3 years ago said, Monty, you were in the Army, you have to be on our emergency preparedness committee. And I was an EMT, so I got to teach first aid classes with a nurse from our church. And also I'm a foodie, I'm a food snob. And I love to cook, and so I got on the food committee as well. And part of our job was to find the best, lowest prices for emergency food for the church to have on hand. And my wife actually found it online by reading labels. And this is an example of some of the other foods out there. This is one of the companies that's advertising online right now and on the radio. And then this is the Thrive. Mary, could you read the sodium on these peas?
Okay, sodium for daily bread is 125.
And the Thrive?
0.
0. Okay. And so that's what actually got us to buy the Thrive brand. We just read the labels. Stacy found out we could buy it at Costco for a little bit less, and she asked, "Can we try it? Do you sample that?" And I said, "Nope. You just have to buy it and trust us that it's good." And because the label showed 0 sodium, 0 salt, we decided that we were going to go ahead and buy the Thrive. And we were going to buy a $1,600 package, started saving up our money, and after a couple months we had $400 saved. And then we met the Abbotts and at a show, and they let us try the corn. Do you have the corn samples ready? You want to pass those out? So we got to try the corn, and it was like, okay, this is kind of weird corn, but wow, it was actually pretty good. And then we tried the pineapple and yogurt, some chicken salad, macaroni, cookies, and milk. So we have all that for you to try today. And one of the other things that I was looking at is one of the other brands has scrambled eggs. And if you look at their scrambled eggs, can you read the sodium on the other brand scrambled eggs?
600 milligrams.
Per serving. Okay. And then the sodium on the Thrive eggs.
58.
58. And the only ingredients in the food is the food. So if you look, you can see this is a paragraph of the other brand's ingredients. And the Thrive ingredients are listed down here. Eggs. So that's it. And that was pretty exciting to buy the freeze-dried food and know that it's going to be good for us. And you think about, a lot of people think of emergency food. What I used to do in addition to the MREs is I buy chili, Spam, beans, rice, and we actually are now giving some of that away to the food banks. And but it was interesting because my idea of emergency food storage was that in an emergency I was going to punish myself with this salty, gross food that I would never eat anyway. Because my psychology was the Spam and stuff, I'm going to buy it and put it in the corner. I won't eat it, so it'll be there in an emergency, right? Yeah. And then the lady who told us about this, she said they use it in their kitchen every day. And I was like, I don't think so. Because I'm a food snob. I mean, really, I love to cook.
Not the Spam, the Thrive.
Right, the Thrive, yeah. Because she said that they use it all the time. They drink the milk and they cook with it, and you can make dinner fast. And I thought, I don't think so. I got my wife to marry me by cooking for her, and I really enjoy cooking. But the thing that we've learned is you can make dinner in 20 minutes instead of an hour and a half. A big lavish meal. And so in fact, I'm the primary cook, and I was running late, and I got a text from my teenage daughter, a call from my wife wanting to know, when are you coming home? We're hungry. And and so one of the recipes I'm going to do today is a chicken teriyaki. Because I invented it because I was running late. I walked in the house, I didn't even take my shoes off, my leather jacket was still on, and I just put 3 pots of water on the stove and a frying pan and turned it on to start cooking. And then while the water was warming up, I was trying to figure out what I was going to make. And so I just got the pans going, and then got the water going, and then realized I'm going to make some chicken teriyaki. And so I put the chicken in one pan, a bunch of vegetables in another, rice in the other, and then we of course got the chicken all hydrated, and then I put the chicken into the frying pan and added some of our Thrive honey and some soy sauce. And it starts to glaze into a caramelized teriyaki sauce. And so that's what we have for dinner. So that's what I'm going to do today is a beef bolognese. The chicken teriyaki is over here somewhere. Right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so for this, we do have a Thrive butter. But for this, I'm going to do a gourmet version, and I'm just going to put some regular butter in here. You can't saute with Thrive butter because it doesn't have any oil or fat in it. So, but for today, I've just got some regular butter here, and I'm going to just get that butter melted, and then start to caramelize the garlic. One sec, it's going. Then we'll put a little bit of red wine in there just for the gourmet flavor. 1/8 of a cup.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's
Everything
going
working
good.
out okay?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Good.
You're just in time to eat.
Actually, I was just gonna grab my lunch. You guys don't mind?
Nice, yeah, go ahead. And so once you get you can see that garlic and butter's just going, and then I'm just going to take the freeze-dried ground beef and just put that right in the pan. You don't have to hydrate it beforehand. You could soak it if you wanted to, but you don't have to. You can actually put it right in there, and I'm just going to stir that around, and I'm just going to get the caramelized butter and garlic all mixed in, and it's going to get that beef a little caramelized. And then put 1/8 of a cup of red wine in here. And one of the things about the freeze-dried foods is they are so thirsty that when you add liquid, it gets absorbed right into the center of the meat or whatever the product is, so the flavor goes in there too. So you don't have to marinate our meats, you just put them in the hot water with the seasoning, and that seasoning will go right into the core.
Kind of like microwaving of a different kind, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
In reverse.
And our carrots are actually dehydrated. And the reason is because when you freeze-dried carrots, it still has all the nutrition and flavor, but it turns white. So nobody wants to eat white carrots, and that's why we dehydrate the carrots. And so I just took the dehydrated carrots and put them in water in the fridge overnight, and they come back. And they swell up about twice the size. Let's see, get some water. Then in this other container, I went ahead and pre-measured out the celery and onion and other ingredients.
This is our tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Stacy, can you look at the recipe and just see how much water I'm supposed to put into that beef bolognese? And then I went ahead and cooked in advance the rice and the noodles, because it's not really exciting to watch me cook noodles. So we just heated that up. What does it say? How much water?
2 3/4.
2 and 3. Oh, you have to do it with a single serve.
I might be
Oh,
right
it's-
for much
okay.
So 1 water. 1 cup. Okay, great. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and while that is simmering, we'll have Stacy dish up Does anyone prefer rice or noodles? We brought the rice because it's gluten-free.
I prefer
So-
rice.
Rice? Okay, so we'll
That's
just put it
fine.
over rice. So
Yeah.
Stacy, if you want to get the rice ready, while this is simmering, and then as soon as it's done, Stacy will serve that up. And then what I'm going to do in this other pan is get some of the taco.
So can I ask you questions about your products?
Yes, sure.
So, are they GMO free?
Yes, they are.
I did actually ask the executive vice president last month about that, but their standards are very high.
Taco TP. So Mary, you were asking about the textured vegetable protein that your husband had bought.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, why did you buy that? I don't know if I want that. And so this is the textured vegetable protein. And it is textured to look like ground beef. And it's flavored to taste like ground beef. And we've also put in,
What is it, tofu or what is it?
it's basically tofu.
It's basically tofu.
So, is the camera not working, James?
Kind
Yeah, if
of,
it turns off, then you just turn it right back
Oh,
over
there's-
there and then slide up.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So this is the textured vegetable protein. And all of the soy textured vegetable proteins are a little salty. And so I'll just warn you that up front. So that is the one product that comes with lots of sodium.
Okay.
But it's about a third of the cost of regular meat, real meat. And so when you have teenagers or you're trying to stock up and make sure you have enough protein for your emergency supplies, then the textured vegetable protein is a good option. And so I'm going to do a vegan taco first, and we'll cut that up into little taco bites. And then the next one will be a vegetarian taco with cheese. I think this is ready, Stace. Oh, a hot pad? Here, this will work. This is the single tray.
I remember going camping one year.
Yeah.
This was a hiking camping trip, and I took a lot of dehydrated, MRE type stuff
Right,
that I
right.
bought at the exchange on base, and I noticed that I just felt like I consumed a lot of sodium that weekend.
Right.
You can really feel it,
You can feel it.
Yeah.
And I was gonna get rid of my MREs, my military rations, but they actually do serve a good purpose. It's already cooked, all you gotta do is eat it. But because I'm an EMT, I also know that MREs are your best medicine for diarrhea. Because most people get constipated when they're eating it, so it actually is a good solution if you have that. So.
My daughter just got her EMT lessons,
Oh, nice.
but she's only 20, so she really can't do much with it yet.
Right. And so I've just got a regular tortilla shell in here that I'm warming up while the taco textured vegetable protein is getting set. And we do have tortillas, so in an emergency, I will be having tacos. And, but they're kind of expensive. They come in the military ration packages.
Okay.
So they do have a 5 to 10 year shelf life, depending on the temperature that you store them at.
Not bad.
So I will be having tacos in the apocalypse. So. My family loves tacos. So. And the textured vegetable protein is one of the quick, easy fixes. Takes about 3 minutes of basically just hydrating it, and now I'm just waiting for the liquid to reduce, and then it'll look like the ground beef with taco seasoning. And Stacey, do you want to pass out the pineapple next? What do y'all think of the corn?
Good.
Pretty good, right?
I don't remember eating corn, so it was like, this is different.
Yeah, the corn is great as a snack.
Because I know it's one of the GMO products, so I'm just stay away from it.
Well, our corn is non-GMO.
So your vegetables, are they organic? You said they're GMO.
They're,
so are they-
they're what you would call natural. So you have organic standards, and then above that is natural. So
It's above organic?
we go above organic. And
What
the
percent?
standard is, in organic, is you're promising not to add certain things, like pesticides and hormones. And in natural, you're saying that the only thing in this food is the food. And so we have the USDA actually has an employee that works at Thrive. So they go to work and their office is at Thrive. And so they inspect every batch.
I know they changed the standard on organic, so I was glad that they come up with another new term.
Yeah, yeah. And so this first one is just the vegan taco, which vegans don't eat any animal products at all. So this has just the textured vegetable protein. And then the next one is going to be a vegetarian taco, which is with a little cheese. And I'm just going to hydrate the cheese in the same frying pan with a little hot water, and we'll start to melt. And then we'll just put that in the taco.
Yes.
Okay, what am I giving them? This is the.
This is the textured vegetable protein.
This is one of our daughters, one that she'll make by herself without asking, well, yeah, it's so simple.
You know, teenagers are, I'm hungry, so here you go. We're going to teach you how to do this. Can you boil water and scoop this in there and stir? And then when it's thick, eat it. Yeah. Yeah. It's ready. Just putting the taco and cheese right into taco.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
When I went to Fish Lake, me and my friends got there too late to get a spot up by Fish Lake, so we had to go into,
Slide that in. I don't know if it's hot.
what's that town by,
Yeah.
it looks like a Bavarian sort of
Oh,
town, Leavenworth.
Oh, yeah.
We wound up in, having to go back into Leavenworth and get a camp spot, and it was right on the road. I mean, trucks and stuff, is just as people headed out of town, and cars going by, it wasn't camping, it was a legal place to pitch your tent. You know?
Yeah, that sounds more like it, yeah.
Now this is, I call it the famous Reed green onion salsa, because in our family we have allergies with green peppers. So instead of green peppers, we put green onion in there. It was my daughter's idea. And with this, you just, these make great gifts. You could do it at a church fundraiser. We did this for the women's ministry at our church. They were selling stuff at a bazaar where ladies knitted stuff, and I just put a bunch of meals in the jar. And so this is salsa you just add water to. This is a chicken salad that you don't even have to cook, you just add water to. If you like your vegetables tender, then you'll boil the water and dump it in there and cook it for 5 minutes. And that will actually cook the onions and celery. But if you like your vegetables crisp, then you just use room temperature water to make the chicken salad. And so we have some chicken salad that we made up yesterday, and we'll let you try that. And then I'm going to put...
You can see that I'm much slower than he is.
Deliberate is a good word.
Well, cleanup's harder.
Yes, it is. So let's see, for the taco recipes over there, the salsa recipe. Let's see just how much water. Okay.
Stacy, because I was a dishwasher and a prep cook, I can empathize with you completely.
Great, I'm good, I'm glad.
Well, chef says-
1/4 cup water.
The chef says, you want it when? And you did what to the bottom of the pan?
That's right. So we just put
I don't know, what am I doing?
1/4 cup. The chicken salad's next.
It's like, I forgot what I
So,
was doing already.
This is how hard it is. In fact, I want somebody to help. Take the jar, and all you gotta do is turn it upside down and dump it into the cup. You have to give it a little shake because of the chunks of
Let's
tomatoes.
see what you got in there.
Yeah,
That's tomatoes.
So you got tomatoes, there's corn, there's green onion, there's regular white onion, and then I put our peppercorn seasoning in there. There we go.
Smells good.
Yeah. And so we'll just stir that.
And then you actually train people on how to use this stuff. I guess.
Yes, exactly.
So, okay, I bought this, now what do I do with it? Besides put it on my shelf, go ahead. Okay, here, this is for emergency, what do we do with it? I don't know.
And so one of the other things we can do is a meal plan. We can go over your meal plan and see what foods you are normally cook. You know, most families have about 7 or 8 go-to meals that they eat all the
Is that
time.
terrible? I know.
Well, it's normal. You know, there's some people that have 14 of them, but most families have about 8 just recipes they make all the time. And so with those regular meals, you just look at the ingredients and what of those ingredients can you replace with the freeze-dried. And one of the things you'll find when you start cooking with the Thrive foods every week, you'll find you start saving a lot of money. What happens, because the foods have an average shelf life of 25 years before you open it. After you open, as long as you put the lid on tight, it has a 1-year shelf life. So think of all the foods you threw away last year. Wilted celery, moldy cheese, fuzzy berries, you know, the milk that's gone sour. All of those foods you can replace with the Thrive freeze-dried, and then you don't have to worry about throwing stuff away anymore. And the other thing is, when you look at canned foods, if you open a can, you got to eat the whole thing. You know, very often gets left over, and the leftover gets left over. So it just, you know, stays there and doesn't get eaten.
Okay, so I just added a little bit more of the chef's choice, was it? or
Okay, nice.
Try. I like mine a little bit spicy. It was
This is chicken
fairly
Chicken
bland
salad.
before, but
And this was
So I have a
no
little
chicken
bit
salad, it was cooked at room temperature. Basically, we just added water to it. So the next recipe that I'm doing real quick is a beef taco. And so it has our ground beef, tomatoes, onion, and some taco seasoning. Stacey, if you want to grab the peas for me.
dry peas.
Yeah. And just let everyone have a sample of 1 or 2 of the peas, and then we're gonna hydrate the peas at room temperature. We'll just add water and give it a shake, and we'll be ready to eat.
Basically what you do out in the wild. Thank you.
This is the only handout you're gonna get today.
Probably the only handout I've got.
And we brought some chips. We don't have chips yet, but we did put them in a Thrive can. So you can dip the chips in the salsa.
So what would you say was the average cost to do a meal plan for like your household?
On average, when you do Thrive meals, you're gonna get a meal, entree side, and a drink for $3 a person. And we did this for one of the local cities and also county government, where they actually bought this from us, and all we did was let them try the military rations that they had stored for emergencies, and let them try this. They decided to buy this instead.
So
I was a cook in the Navy.
Yeah?
Oh, you were?
Yeah, yeah. And man, I've got no excuse for the kind of money I spent on eating out.
Right. Wow.
You go get even a $7 meal and taxes and tip, you're spending 12, 13 bucks right there.
I knew that I could spend $7.
Oh, you don't spend that? Oh, like my husband, I want the super size.
Yeah.
She's so persuasive.
So you have dried tomatoes and tomato sauce.
Yes. Oh, in the salsa, no. The salsa, oh, and you know what? I forgot the lime. Is the salsa okay?
Yes, good.
Okay, well, I've got lime I'm gonna add to it, so if you want, lemon, actually, yeah. I now am going to be teaching at the community college the first freeze-dried cooking class
Oh, yeah.
in April and May. That's a day-long course. It's only $49 for the tuition if you want to spend a day learning to cook.
Which college are you at?
North Seattle Community College. So next up, well, the tacos are almost ready. The beef tacos are coming up. This is the teriyaki chicken that we're going to do next that I invented at the last moment there when I came walking into the house. And all it is this is the freeze-dried seasoned chicken. So this has a little salt already added to it. And they're about the size of chicken pieces you'd see for fajitas. So
So then you have that size, then you have diced?
we have the dice that you had in the chicken salad, exactly. And then this has the fried honey already mixed in, which is just a powder.
A honey powder.
Yes.
I don't always eat, but when I do, I prefer Thrive. Keep thriving, my friends.